Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. Isn't that a neat way to start off this video? That's a 2003 magazine with, check it out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Celebrity Cars. We're located just down the street from the Strip, and we have a 1936 Ford Phaeton in the showroom today. Folks, this was a museum car for a very long time. Pretty much, I think from what I've gathered with a little bit of research, this car was built in the 90s, and then the early 2000s, it hit the magazine, and then it sat in a museum for a really long time. And then at the end of the 2018, 2019, this car was purchased. It went to refinement school, which means it got a tune-up, it got a fuel pump replaced, it got the plugs changed, it had incredible heavy-duty maintenance done to it, and we have tons of receipts from all the work done to it from about 2020 until current. So all the things that were done, it was thousands of dollars worth of work. And then there was also a brake booster installed in this car since that magazine article. So, and only the last couple of years, the brake booster was put in here just to get the brakes to do a little bit better of a job. This is a 502 big block in here, turbo 400 transmission, and it's just absolutely amazing. If you notice up here, it's been to Good Guys, winner at Good Guys, and it's also been part of the Roadsters out of Los Angeles, and the stickers on the headlight up there. From what we understand, that's a pretty big deal. Folks, I'm your living, breathing condition report here at Celebrity Cars, and I get to go over every single car that comes in here. And you go over paint, and you know, if it's a daily driver, how much little road rashes in the front, you know, say a 30,000 mile car or so on. So all these cars in here, I've done all this before. And not too often do we get really a masterpiece in metal in our showroom. This is just absolutely unreal. Even down to the putting the key and the old school pop out mechanism and flicking the switch to on and hitting it. There's a button that's been installed that starts the car, starts upright every time. The floorboards out here, the fenders are all in fabulous condition. So since I'm your condition report guy, I go over where scratches are and where rust might be and all that stuff. I'm happy to say that there's barely any of those things on this car. There's like right here, we don't need to come over and look at it necessarily. There's just like a slight rub of a rag, or somebody that was cleaning a wheel and grabbed here, and a little bit of dirt in their fingers got into a little bit of the clear coat. It's just a detail. I'm not even going to show you because it's not necessary. If I found a cut or a gash and all the way through to the metal, of course I'm going to share that with you. We'll get a little closer in just a minute. Quincy, if you mind, follow me around for just a moment. I know you already have. But we had the top down earlier today. I'll discuss that now real quick. We put the top down to, you know, about here. We didn't put the bonnet over top of it. I wanted to make sure that this, I believe this is plexiglass black back here, but it could be glass. I'm not really sure. Well, welcome to dusty Las Vegas, but okay, I'll wipe that off in just a minute. But so we put the top down just so we could photograph the interior and you could see the interior. Are we going to put the top down today? I don't think so. Not in this video. Maybe we will. These holes here all get a stud, if you will, to install the walls of this car if you want it enclosed, and it's got clear windows, and it's really outstanding. And all those pieces are right here on the floor. So you could go back to celebritycars.com and please look at the photographs. We pulled all this stuff out and carefully laid it on the floor. I didn't open up every single one of these, but I peeled them back so you could see. This is a bonnet for the front to if you're going to go on a long car show road trip. This protects the front, the nose of the car, so for rock chips and such. And in that tan bag over there is all the tools and the pieces to put these walls in. So super, super, super cool. It all comes here. And this top, look at this top. The condition of this top is crazy. We were afraid to put it down because it didn't look like it had ever been put down. So it's just so straight and so perfect and so beautiful. And there's not a stain on any of it or anything like that. So it's just really, really, really something. This bench seat, old school bench seat up in the front is just crazy. I mean, look at that, folks. The carpet is in fabulous shape. I will admit that because of this, because of the condition of this car, I've only and wiped with a microfiber towel on a couple locations and dusted the car off. It didn't get a bath. It didn't go to the car wash. It didn't go through our professional detailers. This is literally how it came. And this is a rare because we always wash things, and even if it's clean, and it's like, oh, I cleaned it before I dropped it off. Well, no, you didn't. But nice try. We didn't have to do anything to this necessarily until I started to dig at it and just noticed that the rugs have a little bit of dust on them. So they do need to be vacuumed and probably a really slight shampoo. It's just dust over time, but they're all in fabulous condition. All the chrome pieces are just mesmerizing. Nothing needs to be redone. Nothing has little scratches in it. It's really that nice. It's just a very pro job that obviously was done a while ago, but nothing scraped against here. There's no pitting, there's no light scratches, there's no kind of scratches. So if I would rate all this chrome, I'd say a good 9.7 or 8 out of 10 because it's just that fabulous. Well, where am I losing those percentage points? Maybe just a slight patina, but there's no damage to any of these pieces of chrome. These headlights are just unbelievable. The parking lights down here, the chrome around them is just in fabulous condition. All of this is just perfect. It's perfect up here. There's no slight little rock chip here from going to the local car show because it's had that bonnet put on it when it's been driven. So there's nothing. This is called like that's why this is on here. It's really in that fabulous. There's a great big 502 under here. I'll show that to you in a minute. This entire hood over here, there's no weird bubbles around any of these ventilation ducts. There's none of those things. I do see a really small blip in the paint right there. So that's why I'm here, folks. This is how we get critical. But there's a slight little bump right here. Boy, honest to God, I just saw that for the first time. Let's see. All down here on the fenders, we've had lots of old cars in here, and just for some reason, people lean up against these things and scratch them and all that kind of stuff. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. And this too. People getting in and out of this section as well. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, thank you, Quincy. All right. Yeah, all right. So we do have a little itty bitty mark right here. I appreciate that, Quincy. I can't see everything all the time. It looks like a cat scratched it, and then somebody put some light green in it, and they did a pretty darn good job. I didn't even notice it, but well done, Quincy. Thanks for showing it. That would make somebody angry, I'm sure, if I didn't catch that. Thank you. Like I mentioned, every once in a while there might be a little blip in the paint from a watermark from an old car wash or something like that. That's just a detail away from leaving. I tend to spend a lot of time on just something that can be detailed out. And I kind of refuse to do it anymore. I'm just letting you know that if it's damaged or broke or cracked or anything, I will let you know. All along here, this whole door is beautiful. Quincy, if you could come down here and show our reflection and wave to the camera and just say hello, because I would, this is a clear coat thing, this is a paint thing, and I'll move my hand slowly and you can just see how brilliant this green is, and the clear coat is just unbelievable. So that's super cool, and that's the whole car. There's no weird greens going on. Somebody painted something later on, none of those things. All across the tops of the doors. Once again, you'll have that little thing there from a finger, but all that disappears in the detail. There's no dings. I haven't talked about the wheels at all, but boy, look at those wheels. And look at the reflection in there too. I'll look at this front one real quick. Quincy, you don't have to come over. They can look at photographs of these things at celebritycars.com if they want to hone in on a certain wheel or anything. All back here, all this back of the convertible top is just absolutely beautiful. Again, I didn't get a chance to dust that rear window, but it's all good. This rack back here looks like it was kind of installed yesterday. It's black, along with the chrome in here. And this back bumper, I mean, it's just unbelievable. super straight. Look at the exhaust pipe coming out of the back on both sides. You can only imagine what's going on underneath. Now, in that magazine that we started the video off with, there are pictures of the undercarriage, but you know, a brake booster's been added since then. But it's definitely a fun magazine to have along. There's a little article about the guy who put this together and who he was, and he was the hamburger guy and all that cool stuff. So it's a great article, and it talks a lot about the car. But again, it was a 2003 article, and this is 20 years later, and here it is. So that's pretty darn cool. All back here is just beautiful, folks. It's been a long time since I've seen chrome this nice. All along here, this passenger side wheel well and wheel and tire, it looks like it was all installed and done yesterday. But there's a magazine over there from long ago. Pretty neat. Let's see. All the door handles are fabulous, all down here. All up along the top. There seems to be, yeah, that's a little mark right there. Little white mark right above the rear passenger side tire and wheel well. Let's stay right here and look down. Okay, good. All this is fabulous. All this black, there's no weird colors to it. Okay, yeah, Quincy, thanks. All right, and right in here, I believe this mark would be from this. Little accident, get a little chip there, and somebody did put some green touch-up paint in there. Oops, sorry. And finishing off with this front fender all the way down around here, looking at the lights back up here on the top of the hood. Wow. Okay. I think we've covered it, Quincy. Well, let's go look at the windshield. And folks, I'm just really pointing out the windshield to show you how beautiful, once again, this chrome is. The windshield's perfect. Got a great tint to it. There's nothing. There you have it. Okay. Now I'm going to do my best and not scratch anything here and open this up the correct way, so you guys can feast your eyes on this power plant. Let's see. I shall open the other side. I see air conditioning in there. Super cool. Yeah, come on over here. Yeah, Quincy, that's great. I was just thinking that myself. I'm going to walk over and grab it. Okay, folks, I'm about to open the doors, and so we can see the interior. And I wanted to bring back out this magazine once again. Here's the car. And what's super cool, here's the article. All right. Some more pictures, a little bit more about Bob and his awesome ride. And I asked Quincy to hone in real quick down here to the facts and figures. And, you know, we're just going to, you can read this at celebritycars.com, but how cool is that all these things and all the pieces and parts that were used, you know, the 10-to-1 and compression ratio, all the way down to the vintage air for air conditioning and upholstery by a gentleman named Sid. And it's pretty cool to have all this extra info. And here's 20 years ago, the undercarriage photographs and so on and so forth. So now, granted, a couple of things might have been changed since then, so don't let this confuse you too much. I told you this was 20 years ago, but we're looking at it live now. Okay, gonna put the magazine down. Let's open these doors, Quincy. Four-door. Thanks. All right, let's get this out of the way. Did we go over this already? Did I discuss this from the other side of the car? We talked about it 12 times today. How did I get in and out of the car? Yeah, well, just since we're over here, let me just show you this. Now this is probably not being installed in the correct spot, but just so you get the gist of things, you know, they go in these holes and you build the walls up around it, which are all those things back there. So, but again, probably putting that in the wrong spot, but that's okay. And there's a bag of clips down here that seem to be rather important as well, and probably hide up a couple twists and turns and helps the installation of these walls go a little bit better. So it seems like all the parts and pieces are there. This is like a dark emerald green, if you will, seats. These seats, folks, I just lay down on. They're so awesome. It's such a neat bench seat. Are your knees up a little bit, you know, the kind of thing? Yes, but we're going to drive this car down the road in a couple minutes. And, you know, you can look at, you know, I'm 5'10", and you can see what 5'10" looks like in the driver's seat, and I'll report back to you how it feels. But also we had this top down earlier so we could take photographs and all that kind of stuff. And the photographer, Jose, was standing up in the back in order to look down and take photographs. Just like you could have so much family fun in this car and win just about every car show. So it is super special. I'm gonna, Quincy, if you don't mind going over to the passenger, actually stay right here just a moment. We did some extra things. Because this is obviously a resto mod. Down here is actually the start button. And there's another, I think there's another, it's now labeled down here. So the start button, and I thought there was one more thing that was labeled down here, I guess not. Oh yeah, over here on the side, and I can't remember what they say. Jeez, I can't read that. But anyway, down here we labeled the buttons, you know, the headlights and other extra things that need to be done. I just can't read them at the moment. But Quincy, okay, passenger side, Quincy, please. Okay, and over here, just the very unique old school starting process of one of these vehicles. I have the key in the ignition. Let's see. I turn it, it allows me to get the car started. It's kind of like a kill switch, and my push button start. And then it runs extremely smooth. Got a great old school looking gauges. I believe these are upgraded gauges. You can read that little section that we just showed from the magazine. I don't believe any of that stuff was changed. But there's an extra one down here for, looks to be RPM. Wow, unbelievable. It's ready to go. And then when I want to shut it off, I just flick this switch back up to off, and I turn the key, pull it out. It locks up the, it's kind of like an additional security system, if you will, screwing around with all this stuff. The wood in here is unbelievable. The steering wheel, from what I understand, is original. It's just, it's just, I can't. Rearview mirror's got a clock built into it. This is all aftermarket. The wood up here is just crazy beautiful. And make sure you go to celebritycars.com to see all the detailed photographs of in here, because this is just pretty darn extra special. All right, I'm gonna close this door up. Everything closes super nice. The drop of these walls. Get that locked up. So you can all see how easy this is. Try not to hit the light on the way down. Don't hit the fender on the way down. Yeah, that's how that little chip happened. Somebody just got a little sloppy closing it. That'll happen, unfortunately. Okay, now the one thing I haven't even put on my schedule yet, but by the time this goes up to video, you will see an undercarriage video from 2023 instead of pictures from a 2003 magazine. So let's see how it survived. And that video will be coming up next, or it'll be adjacent to this video, but right now, we're gonna hop in this and drive around the block and see what all it does. So stick around, we'll be right back. Folks, as promised, I mean, I don't even know if I should be driving this car. We're not gonna go far. Well, no, we don't normally go far to begin with. But I'm going to just go right around the building and cut back in. I'm not going to go down the extra measure down there. This is quite the vehicle, folks. 1936 Ford Phaeton Roadster. I wanted you to see the start process here because it's just pretty cool. Obviously, we don't have a whole lot of stock stuff going on here. No, that doesn't help with the plane flying over. Hopefully you can still hear this. But there's your fuel pump just came on, and I hit this button here and it fires right up. Now, 502 cubic inch motor. We're just going to cruise because the sun's going down, and I have a ton of time to have this warm up completely perfect, and it's kind of warmed up. We moved it out here not that long ago. I'm going to put my foot on the brake. I'm going to reach down here to the gear shift, and I'm in drive. Now I do now know that this does not have power steering, but for some reason it is pretty easy. Oh, it's very easy to drive right now. It feels like it has power steering now, but you know, it's when you're in a showroom and you're trying to jockey it around, stuff like that. It's really not even that tough then, believe it or not. Doing about 40, I'm going to start working on these brakes. Whoa, the brake booster works, folks. Oh man. Okay, I expected to have to lay on that brake in order for this to stop. This is a lot of money. This is a lot of money. There isn't anything getting ready to fall off. This door handle's not getting ready to fall off. This wood here in front of us, Lord. Yeah, it's not plastic stuff. This is amazing. Okay. I am going to go over some speed bumps. I want to know what the suspension feels like. Sorry about the sun and the glare. Okay, speed bump number 1 here. Gonna go easy. Wow. That is crazy. Well, we filmed earlier all the fancy suspension stuff. Just didn't get a chance to read it. But hopefully the guy interested. Wow, that's the smoothest I've ever gone over one of those speed bumps. That's crazy. Hi. Okay, we're out onto the road. Let's do it. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Well, my right turn signal's on. Yeah. There's a reason why I didn't want to drive this car. Wow. I mean, it was no Rivian, but it scared the crap out of me. Okay. Your turn signals here does not cancel out on its own for you. You need to put it back. So I'm back on. If I had done that any harder, we would have totally lost control of the ass end of this car. Look in front of us. I mean, how tempted am I right now? Okay, back to me. How tempted could I be right now to just hit the crap out of this gas pedal? Yeah, it's not my car, and this is very valuable. But you can only imagine from just the little test that I did, just to see what would happen, really to just normally accelerate. And it went angry on me. And it sounds so polished and it runs so well. All those receipts now that I brought up earlier, I now understand. I'm going to drive just a little bit more, but I'm going to behave. Don't get excited. Okay, I need you to know that probably looked like I put it 3/4 of the way down. I need you to know that I just kind of barely hit the accelerator. This would be an R-rated video if I hit the gas pedal hard enough. This would be bad, and I'd get fired. So don't yell at me on the other end of the computer screen here. This is awesome. Okay, I'm taking this to the car show this weekend, Quincy. I am now going to the car show this weekend, and I'm taking this. Folks, 1936 Ford Phaeton, resto mod, big block, a turbo 400 transmission that is crystal clear. The craziness that happened when I hit the gas pedal was really exciting. This is quite the car. Give us a call if you really want to talk seriousness with us. We could put the windows in. We could turn on all the lights. We could figure out if this thing even has a radio and where it is, and to turn it on and see if it works. And oh, there's exhaust cutouts too. Oh, ready, folks? Oh, wait. Neutral would be good. Wow. Okay, I'm going to turn them off now. I don't think that was turning them off. Whoa. It got louder. This is nuts. Okay. I'm putting it back to where it was supposed to be. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it right there. Folks, 702-818-1031. This is continuous fun. How else to say? Give the sales guys a call. We're happy to find out any questions you might have. We'll see you next time.